back with Mayor Pete, and joining us is his husband, author of the New York Times best-selling memoir, I've Got Something to Tell You, Chasten Buttigieg. Hey.
Nice to see you. Thanks for having me.
Nice to see you. Thanks for coming. Sarah.
It's so great to have you guys here. Now, your book has such a powerful message. You tell your story of growing up in Traverse City, Michigan, never knowing anyone gay, living in a town where it was widely discussed as something unacceptable, being impacted by the tragic killing of Matthew Shepard, and about how badly you felt about yourself when you came out. Now, this really resonated with me because it's so similar to what my brother went through when he came out in Iowa. And well before that, how did you get past the shame you'd been taught and learn not only to love yourself, but to realize you deserve to be loved?
You're right. When I came out at 18, I just knew for a fact when I ran away from home that I would lose everything, that something about me, something inside of me was disgusting to everybody else. But I know this book is going to be great for any queer person, but what this book is also, what it also is a message for straight people. Straight people saved my life because they made space for me. I had friends who looked me in the eye and said, I see you, I love you, I will make space for you, nothing about you is wrong. And I think this book really is a message of hope and empathy and inclusion. And I know I wouldn't be here had it not been for those friends and those family members who made space for me.
Well, Chasten, you also write in your book about how even after you and Pete were married, you were out campaigning and living your lives in South Bend. You were criticized for not being, quote, gay enough. I found this criticism surprising. I remember following it. Why do you think some of those people sort of glossed over the historical importance of what could have been the first gay couple in the White House and could be in the future?
Yeah, it was a little surprising to me, too. I won't lie. You know, especially as someone who grew up in a conservative place and was definitely gay enough for shame and bullying. And you saw it on the campaign trail, definitely gay enough for right-wing media. But, you know, I am who I am. And I always thought maybe some of those insults were really actually related to policy issues that my husband had. And I always just wish they would separate, you know, the policy debate from my dignity, because my dignity is definitely not up for debate. But I knew we were definitely gay enough for the people who came up to us, you know, on the rope lines and hugged us, people 18 years old or 70 years old who found the courage to come out, who found the courage to open up to their family they hadn't spoken to in decades. I mean, we heard those stories every day, and I knew we were enough for them, and that's, I think, what mattered most.
Mm-hmm. You know, we asked my grandson the other day, who's 9 years old, do you want to marry a man or a woman? And he said, I'll decide that later. This is the beauty of what's going on now. I think that children are so innocent, they don't see any difference anymore like we used to in the old days when it was really the bad old days, as I call them. But let me ask you a question, Chasten. You're a teacher, and you've been outspoken about the return to school during this pandemic. But by the way, my grandson is not, he's doing virtual. Now that many kids and teachers are back, in class around the country. How are you feeling about it? Do you think, if you had a child now, would you send him to school?
I don't know. That would be a really hard conversation for us to have. And I never want to pretend like I'm the one who has all the answers. But I've even watched our local superintendent here in South Bend have really hard Zoom conversations with parents and teachers. And the thing I wish we had most was leadership. Nobody has the answers, but you see no leadership coming from Betsy DeVos. I would love to know where she is. You know, their administration loves to ask, where's Joe Biden? Well, where is Betsy DeVos? I mean, it would be lovely as a teacher to have some answers and to have some guidance. This is a really hard time for our country, and it's made even harder by an administration who does not care about teachers. And now they're expecting, you know, all the teachers to take one for the team. But, you know, I don't know what we would do as parents, especially because it's different in every local school district. And I see teachers struggling right here in South Bend to figure it out.
Mm-hmm. So true, so true. My mom's a teacher, and she struggles with this very issue. And as a parent, I'm struggling with it. But I have an off-topic question. So after Melania Trump decided to renovate the Rose Garden to pretty mixed reviews, you tweeted this. And to think we could have had gays in there. And I loved that tweet. And so many people did. So as the first husband, I have to ask you, would you have done that to the Rose Garden? Would you have done that?
Please say no.
No, I mean, I wasn't talking specifically about us. Let's just get some gays in there. You know, there's clearly no gay in there. Offering advice.
Terrible. It's awful what they did. I hate it. It looks like a hospital.
Well, it's
now.
really
awful.
none that we're
Gross.
aware of.
I hate it. Sorry.
So listen, thanks to both of you. The Chasten's book, I Have Something to Tell You, is available now. We'll be right back. And we're so glad you came. Thanks for coming today.